Okay, so for this meeting, we will be doing analog signal plotting or continuous time signal plotting on your MATLAB. I already shown you a sample last time on how to perform such plotting. However, this time we'll add in what you call number of samples that you try to include in the process. Nakuha ba? So that's the added syntax here. So other than the commands I have shown you last time when plotting a signal by simply declaring it on a given particular variable. So ganun lang gagawin nyo uli ah. Don't make the syntax too complicated. Yung iba ano pa eh. They're trying to create a script out of that kasi nakopya nila. They copied from one particular activity that you could perform a script process there in MATLAB that implements that task already. So, wag niyo nang gawin yon. Gawin niyo parang calculator si MATLAB, no? Remember, like MATLAB, we could do calculations there immediately with the result being displayed immediately, no? As soon as after we input the command. So, ganoon lang gagawin natin, ha? So, meaning, wag na kayong gumawa ng mga script. Okay lang, i-hold nyo muna yung output until the last line of the command, no? Yung lalagyan nyo ng semicolon. Okay lang yon. Okay? So, however, whenever you do try to process it, no, simply take note that don't include in any more of that uh, script writing kasi there would be a dedicated activity for that, no? Yung script writing, yung paggawa ng script. Okay? So meron tayong dedicated activity for that, which is I think yung 6 natin. Activity 6, no? That will be the script writing part, no? So you don't need to incorporate that on any of the activities now. So meaning you don't need to create a particular script, or basically it's called a script but technically it's like a program, no? So kunyari parang C++ nyo, gumawa ka na ng program. You actually created an algorithm in order to show just plotting the signals, so ganun lang. Okay? And then nirarun mo yung program script na yun, no? So ang kay MATLAB kasi program script eh. And then you're running that program script. Nasundan? So ganun lang yung ano natin. You don't need to create something very complicated like that, no? Remember, you could work MATLAB like parang sinabi ko nga, like a calculator whereby you input the command and then as soon as the command is executed or you enter the syntax, the MATLAB automatically solves that given syntax. Nakuha? Okay, so wait lang, I'm just doing a little modification regarding the activity, no? Wait lang. Let me finish this first. That way I could discuss to you and show to you how this is done, no? Okay, wait lang ha. Let me ano lang, as a last step na, nasa last instruction na ako eh. May binabago lang akong konti para you won't have to perform everything, ano no, parang unique dapat yung answer, di ba? For all numbers, you know. So I'm just modifying it a bit and then I'll show you a copy before I post it onto Blackboard, no? That way you could ask questions regarding the activity. Of course, there are some parts of the activity that you need to like add yourself, no? Kagaya nung yung sa plotting, sinabi ko sa inyo, I've already shown you how it's done. So you could actually just add a line on that given particular command sequence that we've done, and then he performs that given task. Okay? Kasi I've shown you how to plot analog signals already. And then basically giving us a range of time t, no, to show the signal, the plot of the entire signal. So considering only from this given time t to this time t. So on a, ang gagawin natin if that is done, we will sample the signal, that analog signal. So you eventually will need to show those sampled amplitudes, no? So for example, I need like 10 samples, okay? On this given range of time period, 10 samples lang. Usually ano naman yun, no? Equally spaced. Nakuha ba? Sir, pwede bang iba-iba yung spacing ng sampling? Pwede, pero magulo yung pag nag-reconstruct ka ng signal. So technically, evenly spaced talaga yung mga samples. Nakuha ba? So for example, kinuha ko yung sample every zero point 0.5 pi. Parang gano'n, no? So pag plinat ko yung signal from negative pi to negative 2 pi to positive 2 pi, parang gano'n, no? Tapos every 0.5 pi, kukuha ko ng samples. You need to show me those like vertical stems where samples are taken and their amplitude, no? So pag plinat, dapat nakikita ko lang yun. Basically like that. So giving us a limited number of samples, no? So limited lang yung samples, no? From negative 2 pi to 2 pi. Tapos every 0.5 pi yung ano ko, yung sampling rate ko. Therefore, there would be like a finite number of samples that are taken from your waveform. Pero ang gagawin natin is specify natin yung number ng samples. Okay? And whenever you do try to perform operations regarding signals, for example, addition of signals, multiplication of signals, don't worry, you could simply use the add. Yung plus lang, okay, o gagana na yon. Multiplication lang kasi nagmo-multiply ako ng signals, sir, eh. I'm multiplying two signals. So pwede na yun, kaya yun, no? Okay, just use that, ano, declare mo lang, kunwari isang signal Y1, yung isang signal Y2, okay, and then yung Y3 mo is equal to Y1 times Y2, ganun lang. O yung Y3 mo na plot would be, kunyari, ina-add ko yung signal Y1 plus Y2. Nakuha ba? So don't make it too complicated na gagawa ka pa ng isang script to do that. Kasi I'll be asking you to like get the harmonics of the waveform and then later on add those harmonics to the system. So when you do add them, again, yung iba gumagawa pa ng program script, making it too complicated, di nyo kailangan gawin too complicated yung process, no? Okay? Because hindi naman kailangan masyado complicated yung command sa script. Hindi ka na, you don't need to create a script for that. You could simply add all those waveforms and just declare them one at a time. Declare mo lang yung waveform one at a time. As long as you declare them with, pwede naman mag-subscript. Oh, Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5. Di ba ganun? Pwede naman ganun subscript eh. Kaya ni MATLAB yun. And then, later add mo yung Y1 plus Y2 plus Y3 plus Y4. Nakuha ba? Ganun. Ganun na lang gawin nyo. Huwag nyo nang, do not make a script that will give you a loop that will add, pahirapan nyo pa yung, you're making it too complicated. Nakuha ba? You don't need to do that. You will have a chance to do that if you still want to on your script writing on activity 6. So saka nyo na gawin yung mga looping statements na yan pagdating doon, no? Nakuha ba? Make it as simple as possible. Mas maganda yon. Okay lang. Kahit mahaba yung lines nung command script mo sa MATLAB, okay lang yun. Nakuha ba? Wait lang. Kino-convert ko na into PDF eh. yung activity. And then I'll show you the activity, no? Okay, so let me just share the activity to you. Ay, ayaw mo upload. Bakit ayaw mo upload? Nag-error. Oh, may syntax siguro kung mali. May field siguro kung di nalalagyan ng value. Kaya nag-error. Yun, okay. There. You should be able to see the link first on week 4, the lab activity there, and that will be your ano no submission link to. Okay, and then let me share the activity first to you. Ano ba yung PDF copy? Hindi. So, ano ko bukas yung Word? Let's open the PDF copy. Yan. Uh, Bakit hindi kita? Hindi kita yung PDF. Which one? Nag-script writing kayo doon sa uh, command, sa determinants, saka sa matrices? Wow. Somebody performed that? Para saan yun? I show you how MATLAB works like a calculator, di ba? Mas complex calculator nga yung MATLAB eh. It can even perform complex calculations. Anong script writing gagawin mo doon sa matrices? Ito. Okay? Can you see that now? This is the PDF version for lab activity 2, which involves analog signal or continuous time signal plotting in your MATLAB. I've shown you how to plot signals on your MATLAB, so you could easily create this and plot this. This is the frequency that you have, no? 2 pi ft yun eh, di ba? Okay? So, ibig sabihin yan, 50 hertz yan, yung frequency. Nakuha ba? Okay. And then, this time, you'll be getting the following sampling frequency. So, I place here different sampling frequencies on the same signal. So, ito yung signal mo, kukuha ka lang ng different samples at this different frequency. Okay? At maraming samples yan, ano? Because this is like 8,000 hertz. So maraming samples. But I only want you to show me like 200 samples out of that. Okay? I only need to view on the plotted waveform 200 samples of that. So you then include this. Oh, you have to like do that research, no? At i-include nyo yung sampling frequency on your given plotted signal. I've shown you how to plot the signal, no? Right? De-declare mo lang yan. Y is equal to, o di ba? Tapos, you could set an amplitude value. So ito yung unique on every individual sa inyo. Yung amplitude, and then you are asked later to add the signals. Okay? Now take note, adding signals requires same number of samples. No? Pagka magkaiba yung number ng samples, basically, kailangan ng zero padding. Okay? Or parang sinasabi natin length. No? If you make a sample, it becomes discrete yung signal. So when the signals become discrete, you need to have the same number of samples to add on a given on two signals so that you could add them. Kasi signals are added based from their specific location. Nakuha? Ganun siya. So, specific position, no? Lalo na kung discrete siya. So if they do not have the same length, simply pad that with a value of 0. So lalagyan nyo lang ng 0 padding na tinatawag, no? So that they would eventually end up with the same length, no? So para yung shorter signal, which is obviously the signals that have higher frequencies, no? Yung signal na mas mataas yung frequency, syempre yung sampling frequency, obviously nakuha mo kaagad yung 200 signals at a shorter amount of time, di ba? O yun, hindi ngayon mag-i-equal yun. Nakuha ba? So you have to pad that with 0. Nakuha ba? So always remember when adding two signals, ganun lang yon sinabi ko. Declare one as one variable. For example, y1, declare the other one as y2. And then declare another variable, let's say y3, which is equal to y1 plus y2. Ganun lang. Naintindihan na ni MATLAB yun, ano? MATLAB understands that you're trying to add those two signals. Nakuha? Okay? Just remember, lalagyan mo lang ng padding. Okay? Tapos, again, this one for number 3, you need to create an exponentially decaying signal. This is the corresponding amplitude this time. Okay? So, exponentially decaying that, ibig sabihin yan, ano, raised to a negative value. Okay? Exponentially decaying. O, take note, ano, nasan din yung ano, nandun yung ano time constant mo, nandun sa e raised to negative, di ba? Yun yung time constant, yung nasa taas ng e. The exponential part of e. Nakuha ba? So, dapat daw ang time constant noon, 50 milliseconds. Okay? And then sample about 1,000 hertz of that. And then you need to plot the waveform showing around 250 samples. Okay? And then again, here on number 4, create that with this given amplitude mentioned to you. And then, ito yung sinasabi kong, you don't need to create a script for this. Okay? When you want to add harmonics. Harmonics is simply a factor of your frequency. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, if the fundamental frequency is 75, yan yung ano, parang primary harmonic. So pag kinuha mo yung second harmonic niyan, you just multiply that frequency with 2. That's it, di ba? Ayun yun yung harmonics. Nakuha ba? So minumultiply mo lang yung primary fundamental frequency na yan. Nakuha? So para makuha ko yung second harmonic, multiply mo yung 150 by 2. 75 by 2. Nakuha ba? Tapos para makuha mo yung third harmonic, multiply mo yan by 3. Para makuha mo yung fourth, multiply mo ng 4. Nakuha nyo? And then what? So declare each of those waveforms with a variable, and then what? Add them all up. Ayun sinasabi ko, huwag ka nang gumawa ng script para dyan. No? You could easily declare y as this frequency, y1 as the primary frequency, y2 as the second harmonic, y3 as the third harmonic frequency, y4 as the fourth harmonic, and so on and so forth. Nakuha ba? Okay, so pag you started off the count at y1, so 1, ang pagdating mo ng y10, yun na yung 10th harmonic. Di ba? Tapos ano gagawin mo? Add mo daw. Gawa ka ng another variable, and then equal to y1 plus y2 plus y3 plus y4 hanggang y10. O ganun lang kasimple yun. Don't make a script for that. Nakuha? And then plot that waveform. That's it. Okay? So ganun lang siya. Tapos obviously yung mga odd harmonics are of course yung 1, 3, 5, 7, di ba? O yun, yung odd harmonics. And then by number 5, you'll be plotting this time 3D graphs. Okay? So I place there the actual function which is this function. Ayan, i-display nyo on a mesh grid based on this given size. Okay? Nasundan? Yun. And then, there are some questions there that are affiliated with some numbers. Like, for example, describe the waveforms like this. Oh, nakuha ba? May mga ganyan eh, no? What have you observed on the output waveforms? O yan. Okay? After doing all of this, no? Doing all of that, oh, what have you observed? Ano napansin mo doon sa mga waveforms? Parang ganun, ano? So, you have to answer that too. Nakuha ba? Included on your corresponding document. Okay, so again, remind ko lang, I'll be requiring your answers in Word document with your name, course, section, and your e-signature, which includes the screenshots of the command script for this creation itong waveform, tsaka yan, pag-plot niyan. Nakuha ba? Command scripts for that uh, and the output waveform for that. Nakuha ba? And then by the end of the activity, I need a screenshot of you working on the activity. Nakuha ba? So, may dadagdag lang kayong command dun sa ano ko, binigay kong last time na command on plotting waveforms, no? Yan. So, all you have to do is to add something there. Okay? So, with regards to this, I actually gave a clue on number 5 on what to use, no? So, pwede nyo i-type yung command na yan, and then MATLAB will actually guide you through the process. Although technically, I believe it's also included within your given PDF there. Okay? So, nandun yung pag-plot. Even yung mga 3D graph, nandun yung pag-plot. Nakuha? It's there. Ang wala dyan actually is the plotting for discrete signals. Okay? Pero yung mga analog signals, nandyan yung pag-plot. No? It's there. Okay? And all you have to do is to incorporate this number of samples. Yan. Specify this and then specify the sampling frequency. Yun. Yun lang gagawin nyo. Which is technically Fs. Usually, Fs ang ginagawa nilang variable for that. You know? That way, you know the sampling frequency. Okay? So again, may incorporated command dyan ano, para ma-plot nyo with the sampling frequency. I need to show the amplitudes for this sampling frequency, but I need to see only 200 samples of that. No? I don't need to see the entire waveform, okay, containing all the amplitudes no, for the sampling frequency. Nakuha ba? Okay, o ganun siya ha. Ay, tama ba ito? Wait. May error pala ako doon sa last part. So anyway, i-correct ko na lang yung error, then re-upload it. No? Teka lang baka maano nyo na kaagad eh. You might download it accidentally. So, let me just, ayusin ko lang. I just noticed na ayan. So, tinanggal ko muna for a while. Niremove ko lang yung link for a while. And there, I fixed it. Wait lang, save ko lang ulit. And then attach that file on your Oh, okay, sorry. Wait lang. I-unshare ko daw para ma-change niya. There. And then I'll re-upload it first. Okay, ayan. Okay na. Uploaded na uli, ha? So, it's there already on your Blackboard. Merong question doon regarding activity 2. Display ko ulit. Gusto niya? I could share that again to you. If you have any other questions, you could look it also on your, ano na, week 4, nasa week 4 ah. Week 4 tab and then activity 2. It's entitled as lab activity 2. Ayan. Okay. Any question here? Huh? I gave there the commands here. Ito pa, you could use this command already. Just use that. Okay? So yung ibang command, binigyan ko na ng hint. That way, you'd know how to plot them. Although technically, you could just look them out on the internet. No? Pwede mo na i-type, how do I plot complex grid? O yun. Yes, any question? May tanong ba?
None po, sir.
Okay, malinaw yan ha. Yung commands ha. Ito ha. So again, re-remind ko lang, I need the activity in Word. Do not create a script. Huwag na kayong gumawa ng script for that. No? Do not make it complicated. Okay? Make it look like parang yung ginagawa nating calculator. No? Parang gano'n. No? Pag type mo ng command, if you want to delay the output, lagyan mo lang ng semicolon, then type the next line of the command, then later plot, yung huling-huli mong command plot para makikita natin yung output ng waveform. No? Basically like that. Okay? So, ganun na ha. So, if there are no more questions regarding that, again, I need a screenshot of your script. I need a screenshot of your output waveform. And there are questions here now, no, included within the activity. So, as much as possible, you have to answer them too. And then finally, a screenshot of you working with the MATLAB, no, included on the last part of the document. Okay? Okay. So, if there are no other concerns, no, other than here, no, dito, kung may concern pa rito sa activity na to, if you don't have any more concern regarding the activity, then ano muna tayo, mag-attendance muna tayo. Kindly turn on your cameras for a few seconds so you will be recorded within the session. Walang camera si Eliasar. Wala. Sira yung camera? Alan Paul? Wala. Ayun, meron. Okay. Si Eliasar na lang. Naka-phone ba to? Kaya hindi ka wala kang camera? Okay, so kung wala nang tanong, thank you very much guys for joining in the session. Thank you, thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, you
Thank
may.
you, sir.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you, sir.
next meeting, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Mr. Naval, what is the concern pagkalabas ng lahat?
Yes po. Mamaya na lang po.
Sige. Go.